Hello my dear students, welcome you all for the Samveda e-learning program. We are discussing about chapter number 11 Algebra. Today is the second session. You are going to learn more interesting fact about this lesson today. Are you ready with the pen book to make a note regarding today's concept? Okay. Before going to start today's concepts, let us recall what we have discussed in the first session. We have learnt about the meaning of algebra. You know that algebra is a branch of mathematics which deals with symbols, and also the law which is going to use to manipulate the symbols which are used in algebra. And also you all know that algebra unifies the all other branches of mathematics. Even we can solve the problems of arithmetic and geometry by using algebra. And also you have learned more things about algebra in the first session. Let us recall one by one. In the first session, we have learned the mastic pattern in writing the algebraic expressions. And also you have learned about idea of a variable. And also you have learned more mastic pattern in solving algebraic expressions. And also you have learned more examples on variables. You have learnt about idea of a variable, the meaning of variable, how it is going to be useful in algebra to solve the problems, and also you have constructed more mastic pattern in case of knowing more about variables. And also we have solved problems related to the variables. Today you are going to learn about use of variables in common rules, then expression with variables. You are going to solve exercise problems 11.3, and also using expressions practically you are going to know more about it, and based on this you are going to solve exercise 11.4. In case of expression with variables, you are going to understand how some problems of arithmetic as well as geometry going to be solved by using variables in case of algebra. Use of variables in common rules. My dear student, let us now see how certain common rules in mathematics that we have already learnt are expressed using variables. In case of arithmetic as well as in geometry, we have learned some concepts. So we can frame the equations by using variable for those concepts. Rules from geometry. You have already learnt about the perimeter of a square, rectangle, pentagon, hexagon, etc. in case of mensuration chapter. Here we go back to them to write them in the form of a rule by using variable or variables. Let us learn through perimeter of a square. You know that a square is a geometrical figure formed by joining 4 points which are non-collinear, and also by using 4 line segment. In case of square, all 4 sides are equal and each angle measures 90 degree. What do you mean by perimeter? Yes, you are right. Perimeter is nothing but sum of the sides of the geometrical figure. In case of square, perimeter means it is the sum of 4 sides. Let us learn how algebra helpful us to write the general form to find the perimeter of any square with any measurements. The perimeter of a square is equal to sum of the length of the 4 sides, then which is equal to 4 times the length of the sides of a square, which is equal to 4 times the length of a side of the square, because all sides are equal. If each side measure L units means, then 4 into L becomes 4L. If you are going to consider perimeter P means, then perimeter P is equal to 4L. So this gives us the rule to find the perimeter of a square. Is it understood? Let us go on to the next concept. Let us learn how to form a rule to find the perimeter of a rectangle. In case of rectangle, it is also a geometrical figure having 4 sides. It comes under quadrilateral, but there is a slight difference between a rectangle as well as a square. In case of square, all sides are equal, but in case of a rectangle, opposite sides are equal. Here also all angles measures 90 degree, but what is the difference between square and a rectangle means in square all sides are equal, in rectangle opposite sides are equal. For example, the rectangle ABCD, it has 4 sides, that is AB, BC, CD and DA are the 4 sides of the rectangle, and here AB and CD are the opposite side. Similarly, AD and BC are the opposite sides. The opposite sides is going to be named as L and B means. Here there are 2 L's because opposite sides are equal. Here if it is B, then AB also measures B. Therefore, there are 2 B's and 2 L's in case of a rectangle. Then how to find the perimeter? It is easy. The perimeter of a rectangle is equal to length of the side AB, length of the side BC, length of the side CD and length of the side AD. Now, which is equal to, I already told you, opposite sides are equal. That is why it is going to be represented as 2 into length CD plus 2 into length BC. Then if you are going to write in terms of L and B, therefore which is equal to 2L plus 2B. The rule therefore is that the perimeter of a rectangle is equal to 2L plus 2B. Can you tell me what is the formula used to calculate the perimeter of a rectangle? Yes, you are right. It is equal to 2L plus 2B. Here L and B are represents length and breadth of a rectangle. Then if we denote the perimeter by the letter P means the rule for the perimeter of a rectangle becomes P is equal to 2L plus 2B. So if you are going to mention the perimeter P means, then the general rule becomes, or the rule of perimeter of a rectangle becomes P is equal to 2L plus 2B. Is it understood? Very good. Now, we have learnt about the rule of geometry. Now, let us learn rule from arithmetic. In case of arithmetic, we are going to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication and division with the numbers. Here we have commutativity of addition of 2 numbers. Commutativity of addition of 2 numbers. Let us understand through an example. As you all know that 4 plus 3 is equal to 7 and also 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. That is 4 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 4. So, if you are going to add any 2 numbers by interchanging them, we will get the same sum. So, here we have taken 4 and 3 for this purpose. 4 plus 3 is equal to 7 and also 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. We can come to the conclusion that 4 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 4 because the sums are equal. As we have seen in the chapter on whole numbers, this is true for any 2 numbers. This property of number is known as commutativity of addition of numbers. So, what is this property called? Commutativity of addition of numbers. So, commutativity means what? Commutativity or commuting means it is just interchanging. It is interchanging. So, commuting the order of numbers in addition does not changes the sum. Commuting the order of numbers in addition does not change the sum, as we have seen that 4 plus 3 is equal to 7 and 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. The use of variables allows to express the generality of the property in a concise way. So, we can frame a rule by using variables for this commutativity. Let A and B are 2 variables which can take any number value, then A plus B is equal to B plus A. So, what is the general form of the commutativity by using the variable means it is a plus b is equal to b plus a. Here a and b represent any two variables or any two numbers. Once we write the rule in this way, all special cases are included in it. So, if you are going to consider a is equal to some 5 and b is equal to some 6 means 5 plus 6 is equal to 11, which is equal to 6 plus 5. If you are going to add the any two digit by interchanging them, the sum will never going to be changed. So, that is the key concept of the commutativity or commutative property of arithmetic. So, if a is equal to 4 and b is equal to 3, we get 4 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 4, both yield sum 7. Even if a is equal to 37 and b is equal to 73 means, then we can come to conclusion that 37 plus 73 is equal to 73 plus 37 and so on. Now, let us learn about commutativity of multiplication of two numbers. Till now, we have discussed about commutativity of multiplication of two numbers gives about how the product of any two numbers remains same when they are going to multiply by interchanging them. So, for example, 4 into 3 is equal to 12. Similarly, what about 3 into 4? 3 into 4 also is equal to 12. In case of commutativity of addition of two numbers, shown as 4 plus 3 is equal to 7 and 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. But in case of multiplication, 4 into 3 is always is equal to 3 into 4, because the product of both in case of this as well as this the same, that yields 12. So, hence 4 into 3 is equal to 3 into 4. This property of number is known as commutativity of multiplication of numbers. What is this property called? Commutativity of multiplication of numbers. Then commuting means what? It is interchanging. Commuting the order of numbers in multiplication does not change the product like this. So, using variable a and b, we can come to the conclusion that a into b is equal to b into a. That is, using variables a and b, as in the case of addition, we can express the commutativity in multiplication of two numbers as a into b is equal to b into a. Note that a and b can take any number value, I told you already. They are variables. All the special cases like 4 into 3 is equal to 3 into 4 or 10 into 12 is equal to 12 into 10 follows the above general formula a into b is equal to b into a. Is it understood? Now, come to the distributivity of numbers. Suppose if you are asked to calculate the product of 7 into 38 means, it is little bit difficult to say the answer quickly, because we do not know the table 38. So, we do the following. How we can do means 7 into 38 can be written as 7 into this 38 going to be expressed as 30 plus 8. 30 plus 8 gives us 38. That is why, so we can split 38 into 30 plus 8. So, we know the table of 3 as well as table of 8. So, with the help of this we can simplify this. So, therefore, now I am distributing 7 to this 30 as well as this 8. How I am distributing? 7 into 30 I am written this plus 7 into 8. Distributivity of number help us to simplify the numbers which are like this, and also it tells about how we can distribute the numbers in multiplication. So, what about 7 into 30? 7 3 is a 21, 7 30 is a, it is 210 plus 7 8 is a 56. Therefore, 210 plus 56 gives us 266. This is always true for any three numbers like 7, 30 and 8. This property is known as distributivity of multiplication over addition of numbers. We are seeing both. What we are seeing? We are seeing multiplication as well as addition in this case. 7 into 30 plus 8 is there. That is why it is known as distributivity of multiplication over addition of numbers. Now, by using variables a, b and c, we can write the distributivity of multiplication over addition like this: a into b plus c is equal to a into b plus a into c. This is how distributivity is going to be obtained by using variables in case of algebra. Now, let us solve problems in exercise 11.2. The side of an equilateral triangle is shown by L. Express the perimeter of equilateral triangle by using L. What do you mean by equilateral triangle? You have learnt about triangles in your previous classes. A triangle is a three-sided figure, geometrical figure. What about equilateral triangle? In case of equilateral triangle, all sides are equal. Equilateral means, lateral means sides. Equilateral means if all sides of a triangle are equal, then it is called as equilateral triangle. So, if it is going to be written by L, that means if the side is going to be represented by L, then what about perimeter of a equilateral triangle? The perimeter of a equilateral triangle is equal to sum of the length of three sides, this side and this side and this side. If you are going to add means, we will get perimeter. If the sides are L means, it becomes L plus L plus L. Then what about perimeter? It is 3L units. If it is centimeter, you will get 3L centimeters. If it is meter means 3L meters. Say for example, it is 10 centimeter means 10 plus 10 plus 10, 30 centimeter you will get. That is, simply we can calculate 3 into 10, 30 centimeters. Like this, we can calculate the perimeter of the equilateral triangle. Then, the side of a regular hexagon is denoted by L. Express the perimeter of the hexagon by using L. Here hexa means 6, gon means sides. If the geometrical figure having 6 sides like this, then it is going to be called as hexagon. If all sides of hexagon are equal means, then it is called as regular hexagon. In case of regular hexagon, all sides are equal. If the length of each side is equal to L means, then what about the perimeter? You know that it is the sum of all sides of the geometrical figure. In case of regular hexagon, you have to add 6 L's because it has 6 sides, therefore, which is equal to 6L units. Say for example, if each side measure 5 centimeter means 6 into 5, 30 centimeters. Okay. Now, let us solve one more problem. The diameter of a circle is a line which joins the 2 points of circle and also passes through the center of the circle. If AB is the diameter and C is the center, express the diameter of a circle D in terms of radius R. Here AB, the line which passes through the center or which joins any 2 points on the circle circumference and which passes through the center means, then it is called as diameter. It is going to be represented by small letter d, and the line which joins the center and any point on the circumference means that gives radius. Then what is the relationship between the radius and diameter? Diameter of a circle is always twice its radius. That means radius is always half of the diameter. Then diameter can be written as diameter d is equal to 2 into r. So, this is the relationship between radius and diameter. Now, let us learn one more important concept of this lesson, expression with variables. Let us understand what is the meaning of expression with variable. We know that variable can take different values because it is going to be change or it keeps on changing or it is going to be change. They have no fixed value. We have learnt in the first session, but they are numbers. Then that is why, as in the case of numbers, operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division can be done on them. One important point must be noted regarding the expression containing variable. A number expression like 4 into 3 plus 5 can be immediately evaluated as 4 into 3 plus 5 is equal to 12 plus 5 which is equal to 17, because 4 3s are 12, 12 plus 5 is equal to 17. If the number expression is like this, or any kind of number expression can be simplified very easily based on the symbol which is going to be used. If it is multiplication symbol, we have to multiply them. If there is a addition or subtraction symbol, we are going to simplify according to the sign which is going to be used there. But in an expression like 4x plus 5, which contain the variable x, cannot be simplified like what we have did in the earlier case. It cannot be evaluated. Only if x is given some value, an expression like 4x plus 5 can be evaluated or simplified. For example, if x takes the value 3 means, then 4x plus 5 can be written as 4 into 3 plus 5, that gives us 17 as found above. If it is if x is equal to some 2, 3, 4, 5, we will get some other values. Now, let us learn how to form an expression. Expression how formed? Let us learn through some interesting examples. Here y plus 5 gives us expression, algebraic expression. What does y plus 5 means? 5 added to y, because plus symbol is there, y variable is there, y plus 5 means here 5 is added to y. Can you tell me t minus 7? Yes, you are correct. 7 is subtracted from t. Then 10a means 10 into a. 10 into a means a is multiplied by 10, or 10 is multiplied with a. What about x divided by 3? Yes, you are right. X divided by 3. We are dividing x by 3. What about minus 5q? Q is multiplied by minus 5. What about 3x plus 2? So, first 3 is multiplied to x, then 2 is added. First x is multiplied by 3 and then 2 is added to the product. What about 2y minus 5? First y is multiplied by 2, then 5 is subtracted from the product. I hope the formation of algebraic expression and the method of reading the algebraic expressions is understood to you. So, let us go with some examples. Give expressions for the following. The question is like this: 12 subtracted from z. How to write 12 subtracted from z? You are correct, z minus 12 is the answer. Then 25 added to r. Then what is the answer? R plus 25 is the answer. P is multiplied by 16. How to write P is multiplied by 16? You are exactly correct, 16p. How to write y divided by 8? Y divided by 8 gives the expression for this statement. Give expression for the following. So, let us learn few more. M multiplied by minus 9, which is equal to minus 9m. Then y multiplied by 10 and then added to the product. How to write this? 10y plus 7. N multiplied by 2 and 1 subtracted from the product. How to write this statement? In an algebraic expression, it is 2n minus 1, because n is multiplied by 2 and 1 is subtracted from the product. Now, let us solve the problems in exercise 11.3. In case of the 11.3 exercise, the first question is like this: which out of the following are expressions with numbers only? So, we have to identify the expression with numbers only. In case of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, let us find out how many expressions having only numbers. In case of first, variable y is there. In the second, variable z is there. In C, there is no variable, therefore, expression with number only we can identify. In case of D, only number is there, it is also expression with number only. In case of 3x, x variable is there. In case of F, 5 minus 5n, n variable is there. In case of G, 7 into 20 minus 5 into 10 minus 45 plus p. At the end, p variable is there. Therefore, except C and D, all others having variable, therefore, the C as well as D are the expressions with numbers only. Give the expressions for the following cases. I hope you are all able to answer for this question. So, you have to frame the algebraic expression by reading the statement. 7 is added to P, P plus 7. 7 subtracted from P, P minus 7. P multiplied by 7. How to write P multiplied by 7? You are correct, 7P. P divided by 7 can be written as like this. 7 subtracted from minus m minus 7 because we have to subtract 7. Minus P multiplied by 5, therefore, minus 5P is the answer. Minus P divided by 5, therefore, minus P divided by 5 is the answer. P is multiplied by minus 5. In case of this also, we will get minus 5P. Is it understood? Or you frame many more questions like this with the algebraic expressions? Very good. Try yourself at your own. Now, we are learning one more interesting concept of this session, using expressions practically. How we are going to use the expressions in our daily life situation. Here a wonderful example based on this. See, understand the question carefully. These are few situations in our daily life. It is a situation described in ordinary language. Sarita has 10 more marbles than Amina. There are two students, Sarita and Amina. Sarita has 10 more marbles than Amina. Here, let us consider the variable x. According to the statement, we can write the expression for this. Sarita has x plus 10 marbles because she has 10 more marbles when compared to Amina. If the Amina having x marbles, then Sarita having x plus 10 marbles. Come to the next question. Balu is 3 years younger than Raju. Condition is given. There are two boys, Balu and Raju. Balu is 3 years younger than Raju. Raju is the elder, Balu is the younger. Therefore, let Raju's age be x years means. Then what about Balu's age? It is x minus 3 years. Our next situation, Bikash is twice as old as Raju. The age of Bikash is twice of the age of Raju. Therefore, if the Raju's age be x years means, then Bikash age is equal to 2 into x years. Twice means 2, 2 into x years. If Bikash age is 20 years, Raju's age will be 10 years because it is Bikash age is twice that of Raju's age. Fourth question is little bit interesting. Raju's father's age is 2 years more than 3 times the Raju's age. How to frame the algebraic expression for this? So, before going to frame the equation, let us consider the Raju's age be x years. Therefore, Raju's father's age is equal to 3x plus 2 years. Understand the situation. How old will Susan be 5 years from now? We do not know Susan's age. Let us consider Susan's age be y years. Then what about after 5 years? Yes, definitely his age increased by 5 years. That is why we can write 5 years from now Susan will be y plus 5 years. If you are 10 years now means, what is your age after 5 years? 10 plus 5, 15 years, like that. So, if you are going to consider Susan's age as y years means, then after 5 years he will become y plus 5. How old was Susan 4 years ago? What is his age before 4 years? Yes. If you are going to consider again Susan's age by y years means, then his age will be y minus 4 years. Let us come to the 7th example. Price of wheat per kg is rupees 5 less than price of the rice per kg. How to write this? If you are going to consider the price of the rice per kg be rupees p means, then the price of the wheat per kg will be p minus 5 rupees. Now, based on this, let us solve the problems in exercise 11.4. Answer the following. Take Sarita's present age be y years. What will be her age in 5 years from now? What was her age 3 years back? Sarita grandfather is 6 times her age. What is the age of her grandfather? Grandmother is 2 years younger than grandfather. What is grandmother's age? The fifth question is there. Sarita's father age is 5 years more than 3 times Sarita's age. What is her father's age? So, we have to frame algebraic expressions for these 5 questions based on the instruction given in the question. So, we have to consider Sarita age be y years. Let us answer for the first question. What is the answer? What will be your age 5 years from now? You are exactly correct. It is y plus 5 years. What was her age 3 years back? What we have to do? Whether we have to add 3 or subtract? Yes, we have to subtract 3, that is y minus 3 years. Sarita's grandfather is 6 times her age. That means grandfather age is 6 times the Sarita's age. That can be written as 6y years. Grandmother is 2 years younger than grandfather means what is her grandmother age? So, it is 6y minus 2 years. Grandmother 2 years younger than grandfather, that is why it becomes 6y minus 2 years. Sarita's father age is 5 years more than 3 times Sarita's age. What is her father age? Yes, you are exactly correct. It is 3 into y plus 5 years, because Sarita father age is 5 years more than 3 times Sarita's age. Here we have considered Sarita's age as y years. 3 times the Sarita's age means it is 3y, and 5 years more means it is 3y plus 5 years. Another question, the length of the rectangular hall is 4 meter less than 3 times the breadth of the hall. What is the length if the breadth be meters? Understand the statement given. The length of a rectangle hall is 4 meter less than 3 times the breadth of the hall. So, we have to consider breadth of the hall be b meters. Therefore, length is equal to 3b minus 4, because the length of the rectangular hall is 4 meter less than the 3 times the breadth. 4 meter less than the 3 times the breadth, because we have considered breadth as b meters. Therefore, 4 meter less than 3 times the breadth means length is equal to 3b minus 4 meters. This is how we have to form the expression by reading the instruction given in the question. My dear student, you have learnt wonderful concepts today, and you are able to frame the expressions based on the data given in the question, and also you are capable to write the general form of the rule of multiplications, that is commutativity of multiplication, commutativity of addition, and distributivity of multiplication over addition. Based on all this, I am giving you question as a home assignment. Write the answer for the question and show to your teachers. The question is like this: give expressions in the following cases: 11 added to 2m, 11 subtracted from 2m, 5 times y to which 3 is added, 5 times y from which 3 is subtracted, y is multiplied by minus 8, y is multiplied by minus 8 and then 5 is added to the result, y is multiplied by 5 and the result is subtracted from 16, y multiplied by minus 5 and then result is added to 16. Understand the question carefully and write the appropriate symbol to write the expression for these questions. There is another questions. A rectangular box has height h centimeter. Its length is 5 times the height and breadth is 10 centimeter less than the length. Express the length and breadth of a box in terms of height. Third question is, identify the operations like addition, subtraction, division, multiplication in forming the following expressions and tell how expressions have been formed. So, you have to understand the instructions given in the question and you have to write the appropriate answers for the question A, B, C, D which is given under question number 3. My dear students, I hope you are all enjoyed this session and you have learned wonderful concepts of basics of algebra today. Let us meet in the next session with much more interesting and wonderful concepts of algebra. Till then, have a nice time. Take care, stay safe, keep study. Thank you all so much.